So I've been thinking about getting into boxing for quite a while. Probably about a decade ago, I started thinking about it. And then about 5 years ago, I really started thinking about it. But one of the biggest things that was always holding me back was I going to be able to wear my glasses? Seems like an odd thing, but like a lot of people that wear glasses, I am blind without these things. Boxing is a sport where you're actively trying to hit the other guy a lot of times in the face. How's wearing glasses going to be affected by that? Then I also remembered watching old classic basketball games. You'd see like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Horace Grant, and they would have the face shields or specialty glasses or goggles or whatever. It's like, well, maybe there's something there. So I got to digging around, and here's what I came up with. Okay, so the big question out of the way right off the bat, should you get into boxing even if you wear glasses? Absolutely. Why not? I think the only thing you can't do if you wear glasses or have had LASIK or anything like that is be an Air Force fighter pilot. I think that's the only thing that still has that 20/20 perfect vision restriction. So the next thing you have to ask yourself is, what kind of boxing are you wanting to get into? And by that, I mean not necessarily Muay Thai or kickboxing style of boxing do you want to get into, but do you want the training for boxing, or do you actually want to get in and compete? That's another big thing. For me personally, I never really cared about getting in the ring with anybody and sparring, or certainly never had any dreams of being an actual boxer and winning competitions. I just wanted the training. Figured it was a good skill to know and a decent workout that was a little more interesting to me than doing something like cardio or hitting a treadmill or something like that. So what can you do if you don't necessarily want to get in and do bouts or sparring? Well, shadow boxing is one, hitting a punching bag, of course. And then if you do want to maybe start doing some stuff in the ring, then a trusted sparring partner or coach would be probably better. So let me go back. So shadow boxing, it's going to build your footwork. It's going to build speed and muscle memory. And you can always start to kind of try out not wearing your glasses. Start with them on or with contacts in, and then progress to taking them off. See how you fare there. I know some people get headaches or nausea, just lose their balance. So try it slowly, see how it works. You might actually come to find out you can train just fine without your glasses, and then that can make things a little easier for you. Punching bag's good for strength training, and it gets you familiar with seeing something in front of you that you're actively hitting and working around. And again, you can start with glasses on, glasses off, alternate between the two. And then a sparring partner. This one you have to be a little careful with. You have to make sure it's somebody that you really trust, that isn't going to get too into it and accidentally throw a hook that's going to catch you in the face. I know at my gym, the coach would always make us wear headgear. So chances of you being able to wear the glasses under the headgear might be kind of weird. And the coach might not even let you because you don't want that scene in, what was it, Brightburn with the shard of glass in the eye. That'd be horrific. So talk to your coach about that one and see what can happen. But if the coach lets you get into the ring and spar, chances are that you wouldn't be receiving any hits back unless they were body blows. And even then, that might be kind of iffy, just again, in case somebody gets a little too zealous and you catch a hook to the face, or you're trying to block and somebody catches your wrist and you end up hitting yourself in the face. That happens. So talk to your coach about that one. But that's 3 things you can definitely do: shadow boxing, punching bag, and maybe limited sparring with a training partner. Okay, so if your vision is of utmost importance to you and you absolutely have to have something on that assists your seeing when you're training, then here are a few options you might want to look into. So at the beginning of the video, I mentioned how basketball players will wear goggles and other athletes too. So that's something to check into: prescription sports glasses and goggles. I still would be hesitant getting into the ring wearing these, and your coach might not allow it anyways. So that's something best to discuss with your gym and people that have been around a little more and actually taught. So, but that is one option you might can look into. Another one is contacts. I know if you're like me, you hate shoving contacts into your eyes, and you kind of avoid doing it anyways. But if you're somebody that doesn't care or naturally just wears your contacts all the time, you can certainly wear those. The downside with those is I have read some stories of people that have still had eye damage. You catch a glove across the eye, a lot of times you'll catch it right to the eye. You don't have time to close or flinch, and the glove can drag across the lens, which can cut your eye. Another one is if you catch a good enough hit, your eye will swell. We've all seen, the boxing matches on TV where the one eye is swollen shut. Well, if you have a contact in there, you're not getting it out anytime soon. And also, if you're planning to progress to a point where you're going to try to start competing and you're wearing contacts, if one of them gets knocked out, then you have one clear vision eye and one eye with blurry vision. That's going to disorient you. I don't know. Some people might say try training with one in and one out. I don't know if I agree with that, because that might just mess your vision up even more. And then lastly, LASIK. That's an option. I think the last stats I read before I wrote the article and did a little research for this was 96% of people seem happy with it. I know I've had bosses and friends that have all gone through it, and they're pretty happy with it. 90%, I think it was, can get to 20/20 and maintain that for quite a while. I even read some were getting to 20/30 vision or 30/20 vision, but I didn't look too much into that. I was more interested in 20/20. It's cheaper than it was for sure, but it's still $1,000 to $3,000 per eye. Insurance policies a lot of times won't cover it. One silver lining I did read about that, though, was if you can prove to your employer, that improved eyesight will help you be more productive. I've actually heard some situations where people have actually gotten the company to pay for it. Still not insurance, but the company actually footed the bill. So that's not too bad. So LASIK, contacts, and sports glasses or sports goggles might be something you want to check into. Okay, so to wrap this video up, I also did a little looking into what some state and municipality or county boxing commissions might say about eye exams. Most states do require an eye exam, and some counties even have further rules. So that's something that you definitely want to ask your coach about and see if you need to be concerned with that. I think early on, or if you never plan to get into competition, you don't need to worry about it. And if you are planning to get there, then your trainers are gonna get you prepped for that, and you'll know about it well in advance. But I figured I should mention it here since we're talking about eyesight and seeing. And I think it's mostly just to make sure you don't have eye problems, just a normal physical. So my final thoughts on it: should you get into boxing if you wear glasses? Yes, absolutely. Any combat sport, get into it, go nuts, have fun. You're going to be able to do something. Your coaches are gonna help you out with it. They might have more ideas I haven't thought of when researching this stuff. And really, I think boxing is all about confidence anyway. So get out there, start training, build your confidence, build a skill, and have fun.